This week I'm at the Royal Academy where I'm going to have a look at the summer show. So I'm going to take you through the highlights. It's a lot of artists there, so I give that a look because I'm not going to go through it all. I'm just going to literally spot the ones that grabbed my individual interest, because at the end of the day, for me, art's meant to make you feel. Whether it's some bits that shocked me, I laughed, I got moved by, I wandered back to. I'm going to talk about them now and let's have a look. And otherwise, I really hope you enjoy.
So I'm not going to lie, I haven't been to the Royal Academy for an RA show for quite a number of years, shameful to say, since when I used to be in art school, and it was a group trip. I wanted to go this year as there's a couple of artists I knew who was on display, like there you can see Tracey Emin's work and a few others that I really wanted to see. This particular piece, it just reminded me of the original show that I went to in Margate around the time of the loss of her mother, and then a piece of it or two from the same collection was in the recent Sex and Solitude exhibition. This piece I really love because they had a UV light that you could just play with and actually see the underprint, and then this artist's work was with basically gunshot paper with an x-ray, which I actually felt was so simple in the process and so complicated, and I just really loved the whole thought of it, and that's the actual artist details there. I'm going to do a lot of just showing the book today as I go, unlike my usual labelling. This piece, it said you could sit on, and everyone looks scared of. I think that's because if you've seen art news recently where some tourists sat in a Van Gogh style chair and it obviously wasn't meant to be displayed, so I think everyone's now really scared, but I think that tourist was not reading that was a piece to look at, not to sit in. This was sewn, and just seeing the sewing work I really liked, and this was or acrylic on pastel. This was Quentin Blake's work, and to see Quentin Blake's recent work after all these years and the sketches, the movement, the feeling in them, I was really moved by it. I loved seeing it in real life. I'm a big fan of Quentin Blake. I have been since a young child. And there's me just looking at it, and one thing I did find really lovely is you can see the prices of how much some of this actually is going for. So it's like the Grace and Perry, you could check actually how much a Grace and Perry vase was, or how much a Tracey Emin monoprint was, etc. And for me as a young artist, well, not young as in age, but young as in my career and hoping to progress, it was really hopeful, because I could see some pieces being sold the price that I'm currently selling, and some pieces going up to 150,000 and beyond, and I was just like, it really is bizarre, because obviously a lot of times I go to these galleries, I know that things are available to buy or somebody's bought them, but when you don't see the pricing and just the context of the work, it is very different. The Royal Academy, I felt, had an energy of people going around with a book. You overheard some people talking about buying. I think when I was younger I was intimidated to go there, if I'm being honest, and now I'm in the space of I was more fascinated of hoping that maybe one day I will be showing in somewhere like here. So it was admiration of the artists who have managed to achieve this. Interest would be the word of the buyers, and the people how they generally view, all combined into one, where most of these videos I normally do are about just viewing the work, what it's about, and sometimes the actual make. Like I was looking at this head coming out of the actual resin. It's what we're doing a close-up here, because you can see it's slightly coming out and then it's sunk in with the layers of resin on each layer, and then it's behind it as you see here. And I was really fascinated by this piece actually. So this is just the overall room, and what I found interesting is each room was curated with a different theme. So like the lecture room had been hung by Royal academicians. You had the Annie Burke courtyard, which was with inflatable balls put into it, and so on. This particular t-shirt I liked. I just like the idea of the words the concepts. I've talked about words being very important to me before. Sometimes question if that is because of my dyslexia, and when I was younger I used to have to spend so much time concentrating on words. I still do, but I do it in a different way now. And fatigue was a good word because I feel in the creative community, when I talk to other artists, a lot of people are feeling at the moment they're really doing their best. This piece I was so excited to see. It's Darcy Brenner's. I'm a big fan of her work. She is such a great artist, and just the way her paint bleeds into an image and the figuration of the body falling over like this, it's, for me this would be like a dream to have this hanging in my home. It's such a beautiful meditative piece. And then we're going to go on to Bianca Raffaella, who also is an artist I really admire. Their view is always a bit blurred in the vision. We've got another one above which I really adore as well, and that is because they are partially sighted, so they paint the way they see the world, and I find that lovely to see through their eyes. We're always looking at art through an artist's eyes and perspective, but this is a whole new meaning because you can see the identification of flowers of body, but you can see the glimpses, and I've read before that's how Bianca actually sees the world. Moving on to this stunning piece by Tracey Emin. So you've got Tracey Emin, Bianca Raffaella and Darcy Brenner just over all in one room together, all part of the Margate scene. Wonderful artists. This one with Emin, I had to go closer to look at the brush strokes to show you, because I just feel the camera doesn't show the big drama and the intensity and the feeling that you get when standing in front of this painting, and it was very surprising. It's called The Crucifixion 2025. I could feel like that was a crucifixion of a woman. Then I felt like that was Jesus in the middle, and I wasn't sure of the right. I may have got it completely wrong. There's no description about that one, but just looking at those paints, looking at the way it works together, it was just really, really, really beautiful. The show is showing up until the 17th of August, so you do still have time to see the 257th Royal Academy of Art Summer Exhibition. I can't believe it's been 257 years that they've been doing this, which is just mind-blowing when you think of that. This piece particularly, I loved. I love a moon. We all know I love a moon, and this had beautiful moon faces in this one. So again, really, really, really stunning piece of work. I really would encourage people to go to the Royal Academy Art Summer Exhibition. There is something for everyone, as you can see. Like, there's a lot of work. It's very cramped on the walls, and not everything was to my taste. For example, these rats, I could see the skill in them, but really gave me the ick. I'm not a big fan of rodents in general, and this was taxidermy with gold inside, so it kind of horrified me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But that's why I've put it here, because again, as I said at the beginning, I want to put work that I love, like the Emin, Darcy and Bianca pieces, and the moon piece that I saw of another artist, down to the pieces that just give me the hurt, and some people will be fascinated with and love and buy. And I just love when art makes you feel either way. As you can see, I was quite compelled to walk around and just be in the presence of this, and I think that's something, because I love horrors. I love challenging myself with these kind of things, and this to me was a little bit of a horror. Yeah. This made me laugh. So people was actually standing around doing a talk and kind of having a peep, and it looks like a girl with their dog hidden under a blanket facing the wall, and after just seeing the rats, after just seeing the intensity, it just kind of gave me a bit of a lighter hearted view of the world, and I just got into a nice daydream just looking at this one here. Apologies for the bad camera angles in today's video. So one of the things that I've been questioning is 3D printed art, and this one was a 3D printed art piece. It's of a dad mouse. I really didn't. Again, it was an icky one for me, but I would love to know your views on that one. Is it kind of something that appeals to you? Is it not? I'm now off in the courtyard now, where I'm just looking at the giant balls that I missed in the courtyard because I came the back way, so do make sure you come the front way. It's got some lovely little lines here. And then as I was walking, exploring, looking to go at this book, I got a pleasant surprise. Completely forgot, just down by that cafe entrance right there, they've got a Tracey Emin neon. It was turned off sadly, but you can still see, I would call it the ghost of the neon, with looking at the actual fluorescent tubing. And I just spotted by accident as coming up to this point here, and I was pleasantly surprised because I remember when I was younger trying to just like literally go to a bar bit, not to get a drink, just to get a coffee or something, so I could actually sit there and be near something as cool as like the neon. And I was looking at this piece here, and then I spot it here. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you leave me some comments on what you thought.